Should you walk if you have knee pain? The truth, nobody explains. Chapter 1. The question everyone asks. What if I told you walking is neither good nor bad? Walking is simply honest. It tells you the truth about your body. If your knee hurts while walking, walking didn't betray you. Your body has been trying to tell you something for years. Today, we'll understand whether walking heals the knee, damages the knee, or whether we are asking the wrong question. Now, let me ask you a simple question. If you have knee pain, should you walk? It sounds like a very easy question, but the answer people receive are surprisingly confusing. One doctor says walk every day. Another friend says do not walk too much, you will wear out your knees. Someone proudly says, I complete 10,000 steps every day. And the same person quietly whispers, every time I walk, my knee hurts. So, who is right? Today, I do not simply want to tell you whether walking is good or bad for knee pain. I want to change the way you think about the question itself. Chapter 2. Are we asking the wrong question? For years, people have been asking, is walking good for the knees? At Digital Fitness Hub, I believe that may be the wrong question itself. The better question is your body ready for walking? There is a big difference between those two questions. Walking is not automatically medicine. Walking is not punishment. Walking is not always the enemy. Walking is feedback. Every step gives you information about the current condition of your body. Walking is an honest teacher. It does not flatter you, it does not lie to you, it simply tells you where your body stands today. In that sense, walking is like a mirror, and mirrors never lie. It only shows you what is already there. Chapter 3. Walking does not always create the problem. Let us understand this with a simple analogy. Imagine it is the middle of monsoon. Heavy rains pour through the night. The next morning, one house has water leaking through the ceiling. The house next door remains completely dry. Did the rain create the weakness in the roof? And the answer is no. The rain simply exposed a weakness that was already there. Walking often works in exactly the same way. Walking may not have created your weak knees. Walking may simply be exposing a weakness that has been developing quietly for years. Perhaps your quadriceps have become weaker. Perhaps your hips are no longer supporting your weak knees properly. Perhaps your ankles have lost mobility, your balance has reduced, your movement pattern has slowly changed. Or perhaps your body weight has gradually increased. Walking simply shines a light on what has already been happening. That is why pain should not always be seen as your body betraying you. Sometimes, pain is your body's communicating with you. Pain is a language. It is your body asking for attention. Chapter 4. The Bridge Analogy. Now imagine two bridges in the same city. Both bridges experience the same weather. Both carry thousands of vehicles every day. One bridge stands strong for 100 years. The other collapses after a few years. Was the traffic the only reason? No. The traffic revealed the strength or weakness of the bridge. Walking is the traffic. Your body is the bridge. The real question is not only how much should I walk. The deeper question should be, how strong is the bridge that is carrying me? Walking does not simply test the knee joint. It tests your muscles, your balance, your posture, your hips, your ankle, your coordination, your body weight, and your confidence. Walking tells you the truth about the entire system. Chapter 5. Let's understand the science. Now, let us move from philosophy into science. Because philosophy without science can become opinion, and science without philosophy can lose meaning. We need both. Science helps us understand what is happening. Philosophy helps us understand why it matters. While you walk, every step places roughly 2 to 3 times of your body weight onto your knees and the knee joints. Which means if you are weighing 70 kgs, every step places around 210 kgs of weight on your knees and the joints during normal walking. And if you run, the weight is even much more. At first, that can sound frightening. 210 kgs for a 70 kg weight person. But it should not frighten you. Your knees were designed to experience load. They were designed to move. Movement is natural. Movement is necessary. Movement is part of being human. The problem is not simply movement. The problem is asking an unprepared body to repeatedly handle a load that is no longer ready for. Movement is not the enemy. Poor preparation is. Chapter 6. The sponge inside your knee. Here is something many people do not fully understand. Cartilage does not have the same direct blood supply that muscles have. Its nourishment depends greatly on the movement of joint fluid. Imagine a sponge. When you compress the sponge and then release it, fluid moves in and out. There is pressure, then there is release. Pressure and release. Healthy joint movement creates a similar exchange. Movement helps circulate synovial fluid around the joint. That fluid helps carry nutrients and supports the health of the cartilage. This is one reason complete rest can sometimes make a stiff knee feel even much more stiffer. The joint needs movement. However, it needs appropriate movement. Too little movement may lead to more stiffness and weakness. Too much poorly controlled movement may lead to more irritation and injury. Nature is the best teacher. Nature teaches balance. Your knee is like a sponge. It needs to be compressed and released. But it must be done intelligently, it must be done scientifically, and it must be done in a state of awareness. Chapter 7. Walking helps more than the knee. Walking can improve far more than just leg movement. Walking may improve circulation, it may improve cardiovascular fitness, improve balance, improve confidence, improve mood. It may improve being mindful, which is your brain's awareness of where your body and knee are positioned in space. Walking can also help maintain mobility and functional independence. For many people with knee osteoarthritis, an appropriately planned walking program can be helpful. So yes, walking can be a medicine, but medicine works only when the dose is correct for the person receiving it. The same dose is not right for everyone. Chapter 8. The biggest mistake people make. Here is where many people get confused. Walking is repetition. Every step reinforces the way your body already moves. If your posture is poor, walking repeats that poor posture. If your hips are weak, walking repeats that weakness. If your quadriceps are weak, your body keeps repeating movement without enough muscular support. If your ankle mobility is poor, every step reinforces that limitation. If your gait pattern is faulty, thousands of steps can repeat the same pattern thousands of times, and that too wrongly. Gait is the way a person walks. Walking does not automatically correct movement. Walking often reinforces the movement pattern you already have. That is why 10,000 steps are not always better than fewer but good correct steps. Repetition alone does not create excellence. Correct repetition does. That's why you need to train your gait pattern, which is the way you walk. Chapter 9. The wheel alignment analogy. Now imagine your car. Your car has a poor wheel alignment. Would you solve the problem by driving another 500 kilometers? Of course not. Driving more would not correct the alignment. It may wear the tires unevenly and make the problem even worse and expensive. Driving is not the problem. Alignment is the problem here. Your knees can work in a similar way. Walking is not always the problem. Poor alignment, weakness, poor control, or poor movement mechanics may be the real problem with your knees. The internet keeps asking, should I walk? At DFH, we ask, why does walking hurt you? That question changes everything. It takes us away from generic advice and brings us closer to the individual. We stop treating only symptoms. We begin understanding the person and reach to the root of the problem. Chapter 10. Pain is a spectrum. Not every sensation during walking means you must stop immediately. Pain exists on a spectrum. A mild discomfort that remains stable, does not change your walking pattern and settles after activity may sometimes be manageable. However, sharp pain is different. Pain that keeps increasing is different. Swelling is different, limping is different, instability is different. Pain that is clearly worse later in the day or following morning is different. Those signs may mean the load was too much for your current capacity. This is where wisdom becomes more important than ego. The question is not, can I force myself to complete the walk? The question is, how did my body respond to the dose? Walking should build capacity. It should not repeatedly create irritation. Chapter 11. The 4 types of walkers. I like to dive into people's life and divide people into 4 broad categories. This helps us understand why one piece of advice cannot work for everybody. Walker 1. The healthy knee. This person has good strength, good mobility, good control, and no significant pain, and is not overweight. They can walk freely. They can gradually increase distance. They can hike, climb, and explore even much more. Their focus should be maintaining strength and progression sensibly. Walker 2. The weak knee. This person may not have a major injury, but the muscles supporting the knees are weak. Walking may help them, but walking alone may not be enough. They also need targeted strengthening, especially for the quadricep, hips, and supporting muscles. Walker 3. The painful knee. This person experiences pain during or after walking. Their priority should not be to chase distance. They may need to reduce irritation, improve movement quality, address weakness, improve mobility, and gradually build tolerance. For them, right question is not how many steps did I complete. The right question for this category is, did my knees tolerate the activity well? Walker 4. The injured knee. This person may have a recent injury, significant swelling, instability, trauma, or another condition that needs professional assessment. Walking may need to be modified temporarily. Healing may need to come first. Loading can come later. Wisdom before ego. Chapter 12. Walking alone is not enough. Walking moves mainly in one direction. But life does not. Life asks you to climb stairs, sit on the floor, stand up, turn around, change direction, balance on one leg, carry groceries, step off a pavement, catch yourself if you slip, play with your children, play with your friends, travel, dance, hike. Your knees need more than forward movement. They need strength, they need mobility, they need balance, they need coordination, they need stability. They need the ability to accelerate and decelerate. They need confidence. Walking is one chapter of movement. It is not the whole book. If walking is your only exercise, your body may become better at walking, but life demands much more than walking. Chapter 13. The weight of the backpack. I want you to understand this chapter very thoroughly. Let us understand load with a simple demonstration. Imagine two backpacks or bags. One weighs 2 kilograms, the other weighs 15 kilograms. Ask someone to walk with the lighter backpack, which is 2 kilogram of backpack. Then ask the same person to walk with the heavier backpack. What changed? The act of walking did not change. The load changed. Our knees experience something similar. Sometimes the answer is not simply to stop walking. Sometimes the answer is to reduce the burden the knees are carrying. That burden may be excess body weight. It may be weak muscles. It may be poor alignment. It may be poor movement. It may be lack of recovery. It may be lack of neglect. Not every burden is visible, but every burden changes the demand placed on the knees. And here I am explaining you only the physical weight, which can be quantified, which can be used to analyze how much excess weight you are carrying on the physicality. But beyond that, there is another weight which every person knowingly, unknowingly carries, which is the weight of emotions, weight of the mind, weight that is carried because of unforeseen thought processes. And this weight is also dangerous, and this can change in a moment of time from some grams to tons and vice versa. So you have to be very careful of the weight you are carrying on the physical, mental, emotional and spiritual as well. Chapter 14. Musashi and the quality of repetition. Miyamoto Musashi wrote, "Do nothing that is of no use." Think about that during your next walk. Are you simply collecting steps, or are you practicing movement? There is a huge difference. A walk done with awareness, walk done with right posture, right breathing, control and good technique can become practice. A walk done carelessly can become unconscious repetition. The body learns whatever you repeatedly teach it. Every step teaches the brain. Every step reinforces a pattern. So do not only ask how far did I walk, also ask how well did I walk. 10,000 careless steps are still 10,000 careless steps. 10 thoughtful steps may teach your body far more than 10,000 careless steps. Chapter 15. Stoic wisdom. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that human beings were created to move. Movement is part of nature. The question is not whether we should move, the question is whether we move wisely. Wisdom means recognizing the difference between discomfort and damage. Wisdom means knowing when to progress. Wisdom means knowing when to reduce the load, when to strengthen first. Wisdom means not allowing pride to decide the dose. Movement should not become a punishment. Movement should become a way of respecting the body. Chapter 16. The mindset behind the walk. Our thoughts also influence how we move. If every walk begins with the thought, my knees are damaged, my knees are weak, my knees will never improve, your body may respond with fear. You may become stiff, you may shorten your steps, you may guard the joint, you may lose confidence. Now, Positive thinking alone does not repair the knee. Belief does not replace science. However, belief can influence behavior. If you begin with the thought, I'm becoming stronger, I'm becoming better, I am rebuilding my capacity, and you support that belief with proper strengthening, appropriate movement, good recovery, and patience, your mind and body begin working together. Belief gives direction, action creates transformation. Mindset supports movement, but mindset must be paired with method. Chapter 17, the Digital Fitness Hub Formula. People often say, walk 10,000 steps. At Digital Fitness Hub, we say something different. Prepare. Prepare the joints and the mind. Strengthen. Build the muscle that protect and support the knee. Align. Improve your posture, movement, and your control. Then walk. So at DFH, we believe in a sequence or a system. Prepare, strengthen, align, and then walk. Do not chase steps before building capacity. Do not use distance as the only measure of fitness. Walking should become your celebration. It should not be your only rehabilitation strategy. Walking is medicine only when the body is prepared to receive the dose. Chapter 18. What this video was really about. There is a beautiful old ghazal that says, तुम चले जाओगे तो सोचेंगे, हमने क्या पाया, हमने क्या खोया. It reminds us of the simple truth that we often realize the true value of something only after it begins to leave us. Perhaps our knees are no different. For years, your knees served you quietly. They never asked you for appreciation, they never demanded attention. They simply carried you. They carried you through childhood, they carried you through school and college, they carried you through work, they carried you through your family life, they carried you up to thousands of staircases, they carried you through journeys, celebrations, difficult days, and ordinary mornings. They helped you stay fit, they helped you stand, they helped you run, they helped you dance, they helped you reach the people and places that mattered to you. And because they worked quietly, you may never have noticed them until they began to hurt. Perhaps this video was never only about walking. Perhaps it was also about gratitude. Perhaps it was about noticing the parts of your body that have been serving you silently. Perhaps this video was about listening before the body has to shout. We rarely appreciate what works quietly. The heart beats without applause. The lungs breathe without recognition. The knees carry us without complaint. And because they ask for nothing, we often give them nothing. Until one day, they ask for our attention through pain. Do not wait until your knees force you to stop living before you begin taking care of them. Final chapter. Medicine, mistake, or a myth. So is walking medicine? Sometimes. Is walking a mistake? Sometimes. Is walking a myth? Only when we expect walking alone to solve every knee problem. Walking is neither completely good nor completely bad. Walking is just honest. It tells you the truth about your current capacity. It tells you whether your body is prepared. It tells you whether your strength, mobility, balance, and movement are supporting you. Walking is a mirror. Do not blame the mirror. Strengthen the person standing in front of it, which is you. At Digital Fitness Hub, we do not measure success only by the number of steps you take. We measure success by how confidently you take them, how freely you take them, how comfortably you take them, how joyfully you take the steps. Because health is not simply the absence of pain, health is having a body that allows you to live your purpose. The goal was never to walk, the goal was to live without your knees deciding how. Movement is medicine, but only when the body is prepared to receive the dose. Thank you. If this video has meant anything to you, listen to this video again and again. Something new will unfold and unwrap for your own self and your family. If you have liked, leave a comment, ask questions, connect with us, and follow us for more such valuable, meaningful, insightful help that would be available. The mission for Digital Fitness Hub is to see 100,000 people live a life of freedom. Until the next time, take care of yourself, especially of the knees. Thank you and see you soon.